All right, what's up, guys? So we are back. So there's some big Twitter drama yesterday, fighting game community Twitter drama. If you're on Twitter, you already know what it is. Everyone, I saw mad people too, be like, oh man, they better not make a video about this. They better not talk about it. These toxic content creators better not talk about it. Well, here I am. We're about to talk about it right now. So what are we talking about? It all stemmed from this. Boom. So this guy right here says, I feel like I don't understand the FGC anymore. I used to think the main goal was to play the games competitively, i.e. try to improve at them, and that's what separates us from random Joe who mashes XOXO with Eddie and Tekken and finds it satisfying right there. So this tweet blew up. Poorly worded. He went on later to explain his thoughts on it. But before we get into it, though, before we really talk about it, he made this tweet too. He said, if any content creator is turning my tweet into video or stream topic, but doesn't also mention how a few days ago we published a tool that helps you train better in any PC fighting game, they prove my point about caring more about drama than the actual games. My man OS his tweet. He OS his goddamn tweet. Well, here you go. Hi, this is a free 2-week program that improves the training mode. So, guys, if you want to write code and learn how to do training mode and stuff, they made a video here called the Eddie Input. So, if you're interested, it only works on PC, though. If you play on PC, you can do it. I don't care because it's training mode. I don't believe in training mode. I'm a firm believer. Only fight in the streets, and you only play in the streets right there. But anyway, back to the main topic here. So this is just a tweet that kind of got out of hand. He just kind of worded it wrong. That's not his point. His point was that how can we get more people like fans and viewers of the FGC to play the game? And I think that's a great topic, which we'll talk about in a different video. Another video I want to talk about that idea. But this is something I just want to say is the way he worded his tweet. Even though it's poorly worded, I think the mindset still exists there. Not with this guy, but I know a lot of people think like this. And the reason why I can say that because I also thought like this. You know, I feel like a lot of these videos I make now is me talking, and I'm talking to, like, my younger self. Even my younger self is probably still older than you guys. I'm talking to myself, like, what, 6-7 years ago? Once again, I'm not saying this guy thinks like this, but the wording. But I used to think, like, FGC means that you are a competitive player. If you're not a competitive player, if you're not a tournament player, you know, you're not FGC. You're not part of this community. You're something else. Like, you're a casual right there. Like, I really did think about that. And it's not just me. It's not my idea. That was kind of the mindset back in the day. That was definitely the mindset of, like, we're hardcore. FGC's hardcore. You know, you have to get good. The whole point of playing these games is to get good, to go to tournaments, to compete, to beat other people. Like, that's it. That's the only focus right now. And, like, now I'm getting older. Now I'm washed up. And also, now that the FGC is growing, I think that's the big thing. Is now that we're growing, you know, it really doesn't apply anymore. So there's still a lot of people that think that, and I got to just keep coming out, you know, saying this kind of stuff. Even if it's common sense to some people, it's not. So the point is, the FGC is way, 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 way bigger than the competitive scene. The competitive scene is just a very small part of the FGC. And yes, it's a very, very important part. It's a very, very important part. Hold on, there's another tweet. Let me find another tweet. Hold on. This is a response from Fubar. So Fubar is another very OG, old school fighting game player. He's around my age, been around just as long. He also owned Arcade UFO. Now he lives in Japan. But he says, I agree strongly now, and it was definitely in the other camp when I was younger. You know, I feel like when he was younger, when I was younger, that is the old school mindset. That was the old, you know, SRK forum days, if you guys weren't around for that. SRK forum, SRK IRC. Like, we thought FGC competitive players only, right? But the way I look at it now, competitive play is and always will be the core foundation of the community. Same way that the fan scene around sports wouldn't exist without competitive play. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, you know, the pros, the sweats, the tryhards, I keep making videos talking about how it's great to be like a casual player and it's great to be all this stuff. But I'm not saying we don't need sweats or like we shouldn't appreciate that. Those guys are always the core, I would say, right? It's the core, the tournaments is everything, but all these other guys too, these guys around there, the ones, even if you're just a stream monster, you know, even if you're just a guy who tunes in every week to the tournament, you watch, you participate, you know, you support whoever your favorite player, you cheer them on, follow them on Twitter, whatever you do, like, you're a part of the community, right? There's all sorts of people now. There's cosplayers, there's artists, there's musicians, there's dudes in Australia with the consoles, they do fighting game music, there's streamers, there's YouTubers, there's dudes that sub to the Twitch channel, dudes that go to the tournament 0-2, dudes that organize tournaments like TOs that don't even play the game, you know, they just want to help out with the scene. There's the dude who makes popcorn, Gekio. The FGC is a popcorn guy. We have a guy that makes popcorn. He's FGC. Things have changed for the better, right? So the other thing too is as we are growing, you know, as we are growing, the player base is increasing too. It might not be increasing as much as some people want it to, but we are definitely getting bigger in all aspects of things, right? We're definitely getting bigger all across the board. So a lot of people have like these theoretical discussions about like, oh man, we're dying. No, we're growing. We're getting bigger. The community's getting bigger. And as it gets bigger, as we get more of these people that are coming in doing art or doing whatever they're doing, is like you're bringing in players too. Not everyone is a player, but the more people that come in, the more players are also going to show up. The discussion of this was like, how can we get more people to play the game? So the conclusion that they came to, and a lot of other people in the Twitter thread, was like, we need more videos describing tech. Yeah, of course you want to have tech videos, but that's not just it. I've had just me making YouTube videos talking about stuff. I get comments all the time. Wow, Juna, watching you and like this other streamer talk about the game, it got me really interested. I'm going to play Guilty Gear Strive. It's going to be my first game ever. I'm going to play Guilty Gear Strive. Even on Twitter. So look, Makoto Fox is in here. So Makoto Fox, this guy, all he does is retweet porn. He retweets a bunch of porn, fighting game porn on Twitter. But when these dudes retweet, like fighting game art or something, you always see people in the comments be like, wow, this character's sick. Where is this character from? They'll ask that shit. They'll be like, where's this character from? Like, oh, this character's from this game. And now you have a new person that's exposed to this game. It's like, wow, this game is sick. I never heard about it before, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they tell their friends. Maybe they buy it. Maybe they do stuff like that. But like any sort of exposure you can give, the FGC, any sort of exposure you can give the game you like, however you do it, whether you're making popcorn or, doing art or doing whatever you want to do, you're helping out. It's not just about tech videos. It's not like we need more tech videos. If we don't put out more tech videos, if we don't start doing this stuff, people are not going to want to play the game, As long as you are enjoying it, as long as you're showing that it's something cool, something that's fun, something you like doing, you're going to attract people to your hobby. Boobs, yeah, or you're just putting out boobs, right? Drawing anime boobs on Twitter. That works, man. But yeah, that's it. Just if you're watching and you feel like an outsider, if you watch and feel like an outsider, because like, man, I suck. I don't play. I don't have a local scene. I can't go to tournaments or something. It's like, yeah, whatever, man. You're part of the group. You're part of the community now. You can still contribute. You can still spread the word, help grow the scene, help support your favorite game, even if you can't participate directly. You can do whatever you want. But again, I think it's a good discussion that we'll talk about something else. Like how can we get more people to play the game? Like I said, the player base is definitely increasing, but how can we get to increase even more? It's great. It's great that people watch fighting games and they tune in support, but it would be even better if they played. You don't have to play. So you absolutely don't have to play, but it would be nice if everyone played, if we had more and more people to play. But that's a topic for a different video. But like always, there you go. If you're still watching, I don't really have anything. Just leave whatever kind of comment you want. I don't really have any questions for this. Just what do you consider yourself in the FGC? How about that? In the FGC, what do you consider yourself? Are you a player? Are you an artist? Are you just a stream monster? Are you an organizer? What is your role within the greater community here? What is something you want to do? I don't know. But like always, you're still watching. Thank you, and I'll see you next one. Peace.